Just talk amongst yourselves while I get sorted out here, will you please? I told him not to do that. Thank you, Dave. Thank you very much. Well, we're into our little program then, ladies and gentlemen. That was called Somebody Loves Me. Somebody Loves Me. It's worth a bigger aha than that. Anyway, thank you very much indeed. Right, before we carry on, to the lady who said to me, I like your music. In fact, she said, I didn't know I liked jazz until I heard you lot, which I think is lovely. And wherever she is, madam, I shall give you a clap. But she also followed it by saying, but what do you do for your day jobs? I promised to tell her tonight, and I know that she's in. Madam, both Dave and I are male models for garden gnomes. And you can have the fishing rod next time. Right, on we go, ladies and gentlemen. You've heard this particular number. I'm not ashamed to say that we're going to play it again because Chris did this one, but I've got a little story to tell about it. Chris Barber, 1960, something like that, Birmingham Town Hall, an all-nighter jazz session with about 8 bands. I was with one of the bands, and we used to draw lots for what time you went on during the evening. The roughest session was about 7 in the following morning, which most people were either sound asleep or blind drunk, but never mind. And I was sat in the balcony with Chris Barber, and he told me this little story about this particular tune. Now I know Chris has told you somewhat about it, but Chris said the band were playing what we call ensemble, which is all together, but Monty Sunshine never played a solo. And Chris said to him, it's about time you sorted yourself out a solo to play with the band. And so he went away, and he came back with this particular tune, which I'm going to play for you, Petite Fleur. Now, when he got to rehearsal, he played it in an absolute difficult key, something like 5 sharps, which the musical people amongst our audience would know is extremely difficult. And the band couldn't believe this. Now, I'll tell you why. Because he got the record, which was recorded by Sidney Bechet in 1952, and he played it. Do you remember the old Dancet record players? Well, he had one of those, and it was playing slightly fast, which raised it up a half a tone, and that was the reason that the band couldn't play it, to be honest, in that key. But anyway, I'm going to play it back in its original key, and I hope you like it. Here we go, Petite Fleur.